Alright guys, welcome to the last episode, for the time being, of hashtag Ask BGTV. This is the episodes where we take your questions, and this is the last one in the series, episode 29. So let's jump into it. And the first question comes from a very special lady to us. This is
very special.
The Live Lean designer, Carolina. She says, holla. What, or no. It's hola. My Spanish is weak.
Hola.
You know, it's like when people are like, holla.
Oh my god, she's dying laughing.
What do you guys think of intuitive eating? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Alright, so intuitive eating is where you listen to your cravings and your hunger signals, and you know, you kind of just like go with the flow of if you're hungry or you're not hungry or what you feel like you're craving that day. I think in a way it's good to pay attention to what your body's telling you, but it's not a way of doing like disciplined dieting, which I do think discipline is essential for living lean. Like, you have to train yourself.
Like anything in life, discipline.
Yeah, it's not just with getting lean, but just with being successful in anything you do. You have to get to consistency, a place of like regularity, and I think if you're doing intuitive eating and you're just like, I'm not hungry today, so I'm going to skip a bunch of meals, like, you're not going to be, you know.
Is there such thing as intuitive working? Can you just be like, I don't feel like working today. Calling to the boss, I'm following an intuitive working plan, and I just don't feel like working today. I'm not making fun, but I'm just saying, like, seriously, guys, if you want to change your body, you got to be disciplined. You got to take action, and you got to do things that at the time you may not want to do.
Yeah, and it's not the answer we want to hear, because of course we all would love to run around doing whatever we feel like doing, but it's not really the way it works best. Oscar Garcia, I just wondering how many carbs you guys eat a day. I saw a video where Brad said he about 150 grams a day. I'm currently 156 and what?
I'm just laughing because he said, how many carbs do you guys eat a day? I saw a video where Brad says he eats 50 grams.
So I wonder what the answer is. No. I'm trying to lean out and eat around 2,300 calories, which is we are getting goofy now. Okay. I work out 6 days a week, mainly weights and 2 full body kettlebell cardio. I eat around 150 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and the rest is fat, around 120 grams. Will this get me results, or am I eating too many carbs or too many calories?
Well, I mean, it sounds good. I mean, I don't know the exact percentage breakdown of that, but it sounds like it's decent. You're working out. You're 156.55. So yeah, I mean, you didn't really say if your goal was to build muscle or burn fat, so I can't really help you there, but honestly, it sounds like you are on the right path. Okay. All right, next question from Rich A. says,
no, he keeps the picture.
What about taking creatine
Now he's got me doing
and arginine supplements? Are they worth it or a waste of money? Creatine is one of the most, like I said many times, one of the most highly researched. It's shown to work, most proven, so I would say yes. And arginine, I've taken arginine as well, and I do notice a little bump in energy from that. But, you know, if you had to choose one or the other, go with creatine.
And none of this stuff is a waste of money if you actually use it, like, as you're supposed to use it, but I think so many times people buy supplements and then they start taking them and then forget to take them, and that's when it becomes a waste of money. So if you're going to invest, then you need to be serious.
Yeah. Next question from Jacqueline Von Dick. I've been watching your videos for ages and loving them. Keep up the good work.
You're laughing at Dick.
Sorry. I now have the courage to ask a question. What is your opinion on all the paleo pastries, cakes, and pies? Should you consider them as a cheat meal and focus the majority on the PFF?
Yeah, I would consider them a cheat meal. Like, even just because something's paleo doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. It depends on where you're at with your fitness goals and everything. If you're at that point where you're really cracking down on yourself and getting more disciplined and getting more consistent and trying to keep things cleaner, then I would avoid that stuff. But if you're at kind of a maintenance mode and you can give and take a little bit here and there and not really notice a negative result, then you can enjoy that type of stuff. And I definitely think paleo pastries and cheats are better than traditional ones. Helen, thanks for answering my last questions. What do you think of CrossFit? Sounds great, but I'm slightly apprehensive about certain techniques. For example, the squat goes against everything. It is straight up and down rather than butt back, and the depth is down to the floor, so I would imagine a ducktail. Am I setting myself up for injury?
Okay, so I'll make this one quick because we talked about CrossFit a few times. I love the exercises in CrossFit, what CrossFit stands for. I'm not a huge fan of racing against the clock because that's where things get thrown totally off with technique and everything like you're saying. So as long as you have a good CrossFit coach that is there watching you, then by all means do it up. But there are been known to have some bad boxes out there that, you know, people are getting hurt. So just be safe like anything. It's same with bodybuilding, same with any sports. You just have to be safe. Next question comes from Q2Fu. I noticed that I'm eating a lot of calories at the end of the day before I go to bed. Is this bad? Half of his calories is eating before bed.
Oh, a lot of his calories at the end of the day. If for a physique goal and for, you know, the goal of living lean, it's not what we recommend. We definitely recommend you front load most of your calories.
Well,
but
I would say if your workout's later in the day.
Yeah, it depends on when your workout is.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
But half of your daily calories at night?
Well, no, I would say that's a lot.
Yeah.
But if you're working out later in the day, then yeah, more calories later in the day. Next question from Jiva says she's wondering about IIFYM and flexible dieting. Dying. I'm curious about the science behind it and how it affects your body.
If it fits your macros, then you can have it in your diet. Whether it's Lucky Charms or Pop-Tarts or Cheez-Its, they don't care about what the food's actually made of, or so-called food, but as long as it fits the numbers, then it's a go. You know, as long as you keep your calories and your protein grams and your fat and your carbs all on point where you want them to be, then it doesn't matter what the food source is.
It can help your physique, but at the end of the day, is it really optimal for your health, which is what Live Lean TV is all about, what we're all about.
It's not a health-oriented diet.
That's why we don't go that route. But, you know, it has been getting people good results physique-wise.
And they're enjoying the flexibility. They call it flexible dieting. So if that's something that you're looking for, then go for it. But we warn you that the results could be negative in the long run, so be careful. Java!
One other question.
Another thing that's been bugging my mind is if it matters how many macros or calories you consume at the end of the day or during one meal. I know you recommend 5 to 6 small meals, but I'm just really curious what matters more.
Honestly, what matters more is the quality of the food than...
First and foremost.
Yeah, and the amount of calories that you're eating. So,
like the overall.
Yeah, so to answer your question very bluntly, that's what matters more than breaking it down into 5 or 6 meals.
Yeah, it could be 2 meals or 6 meals. As long as you get your daily totals on point, that's what matters more. Drew Stark. Hi Brad, I'm actually bulking and I need 3,050 calories. What carbs do you suggest? I watch your daily vlog and BGTV, you're actually in maintenance, so it's easy for you to cover a minimal quality of carbs, but if I eat about 20% carbs after my workout, is not possible. I have to eat about 300 grams of pasta or 1.4 kilograms of potato. So what do I have to do?
Well, you didn't mention fruit. You could add a lot of fruit into your diet. But you know what? If you have a lot of carbs that you need to add in and you can't get all that from potatoes, then yeah, add in brown rice, add in some oats. If you're in bulk mode, so you're not really worried about being lean.
But juice? Did you say juice?
You pretty much, yeah, and juice as well. You could have grape juice, that kind of stuff. So, you know, it sounds like you're on the right path with your goal of bulking, so keep it up. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to cut it off. Thank you so much for being a part of this. That's 29 episodes of #AskBGTV. We're moving on next week. You're going to see something totally different. Tell us below what you want to see in a competition or a
challenge video.
Thank you so much, guys. We enjoy doing this. We may come back and do this later on in the future, so don't get too upset if you enjoy these episodes. Thanks for watching.
Thanks so much for all of the questions. It's been so amazing. We love you.